Welcome back to Game of Jones for the final chapter in the story of the Vanguard. This is Chapter 8, The Vault of Heroes. The next weeks are a rush of excitement. The party has their names cleared, construction on a keep near Neverwood is started, and the real Lord Regent Cardiff Riken attempts to pick up the pieces of the nation. Civil unrest is still at an all-time high, and some regions are in outright rebellion. The party decides to head to Neverwood to open the vault and free the god trapped within. Soon, the oppressive nature of the Baron's domain is waiting for them on their return. The local resistance has faltered since the Vanguard left. Elijah is missing and the church kills indiscriminately. Our heroes head into the crypts once more, running into Elijah, who actually leads them to the vault. Mikri Skia is waiting for them, and as the last key is turned, the trap is sprung. Tyron had 3 servants to inhabit upon his death: Sev, Silver, and a tortured Elijah. They sought the young Deep Dragon out and convinced her to betray the party, and the Baron himself contributed some glyphs of warding to explode upon their activation. Caught in this ambush, the Vanguard desperately fight back, eventually winning by knocking out Elijah and slaying the others. Tyron leaving as they died, knowing their friends had delivered the final blows. The party head inside, and Kirk presents his hammer to the trapped god. Faven is freed and blesses the party, restoring Silver to life and promising Good to return to Neverwood. Emboldened, the party inspires Elijah and Ivan to fight back at the church, spreading the news of Faven to all who would reject Alphanus. The Baron, however, has decided to leave, and bide his time. He invites the party to his wedding to Selena Colvia as one last hurrah before his departure. The party tentatively attends, dropping their blood into a goblet to be granted entry. The poor girl and the vampire lord are wed, and during the celebration feast, Kirk drops light into the festivities. The party descends into chaos as werewolves and vampires strike at the Vanguard, but little by little the forces of darkness are driven back. The Baron retreats to his castle and the party fights their way to him, eventually felling him in the chapel. Before they can track down his coffin and put an end to him for good, however, they are driven back, but escape with the Platinum Skull. They seal him away, locking the skull, and the mist and the monsters recede, and the sun shines in Neverwood for the first time in 1,000 years. The city rejoices in their heroes, and all is well. A year passes. Ven bids the group goodbye and leaves to join his father on the wild hunt. The keep is constructed and the storm of Ocarius continues to grow. The party encases the skull and key in stone separately and travel to opposite coasts and drop either one of them on either side. Silver adopts Zaish as her patron, and Selene travels by herself to Carius to spy on her old family. She helps several dozen people escape the city and sees Jonas in the distance, who exchanges a knowing glance with her. Kirk and Barrett travel back to Klein, where they purchase the old Spring Hollow Manor. One day, Barrett's old army buddy, Garrett, arrives, and asks for help in finally figuring out what happened in the mountains. Barrett agrees, and the others tentatively agree to go with him. Ignatius tells them that he will catch up later, but disappears. They run across a pack of orcs in the mountains who recognize them for their deeds in the war previously, and soon the party encounters the Valley of the Deathless. An ancient evil known as Greylix is rising. Things that die do not stay dead in this frozen land. The party encounters a beholder named Oberethaloon, who agrees to help them. The party heads out into the snow for their final hurrah, and are never seen again. What happened in the snowy, death-filled mountains? With the Vanguard missing, who will stop Thalassus and Jonas as they prepare their world-ending storm? Will the nation descend into chaos as the people tear themselves apart? And are there other forces biding their time to strike, now that the heroes are gone from the world? We will find out when the next campaign begins.